Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video, folks. I did intend to do this at a later time, but there are several people who have commented about my base. So, I'm going to do this as a separate video, although it is technically part of my Let's Play series of Ark Survival Ascended. And this is a showcase of my base. I'm going to show you what I've done, how I've built it, where I've built it. And this is my base right here. Now, I wanted to go for a castle build. That was the idea. I wanted to play around with the building pieces when I set out to do this. I wanted to see what we can do with the vanilla building pieces, and this is what I've got so far. So I'll show you around, I'll show you the full details of it. It is a massive base. Initially, when I started building this, I didn't really think or consider to use mods, but sadly I've had to go to using some mods for the purpose of making my life easier. But this is what it looks like from the outside. I have said several times through my series that I do intend to put loads of towers, which is kind of what I went for. And as I said, it is a castle themed base, and it just goes to show you what you can do now in the game with the building pieces. Honestly, I love the changes. They are absolutely amazing. I think that the vanilla building pieces are better than what the S Plus pieces were in Ark Survival Evolved. There are a few gaps that I forgot about by the looks of things, and it is still a work in progress. And yeah, I'm going to show you a couple of details. I'm going to show you how I got to build some of the designs here, and just hopefully you guys find it I suppose enjoyable. So this is a wall here. I didn't really have much choice. I just had to go with a straight wall, and this would be the other entrance. So we have two entrances into the castle. This is kind of like a gatehouse right here. That was the idea I was going for. Let me show you from this angle right here. So I've got two towers basically with a gate between them. There's actually another gate, but I did do this thing between the towers where I connected them with the ceiling pieces. Now I managed to create out of the vanilla pieces some sort of a battlement type of structure, and I'll show you what I did and how I did it. Let me give you a view from I suppose higher up. This is what it looks like. So right here, I'm going to start with this section right here. Basically, this is gonna, or was meant to be, a bit of a bridge. I just thought it looks aesthetic, basically. Basically, I put the quarter tiles of walls, and then as you can see, we've got pillars going vertically and horizontally, and so basically the horizontal pieces have connected to the quarter walls. I did the same thing for the towers, and right here you can see there's like a little delimitation here. These are also pillars, so that is pretty cool that we can do that with pillars. And so the battlements actually look like battlements. I do like that. Now the wall is actually, let me show you this, it's actually a foundation wide, so it's not just a simple wall. There's actually space between the inner part and the outer part of the wall. We've got a staircase here to actually climb up and access the wall. There are a few other things I want to do to it. There will be mostly decorative or things that I've missed out on. I might play around with some stuff. I am thinking actually of slightly changing the location of some towers, and to create those bridges that, well, more bridges like the one I showed you at the beginning. Right here got a bit derpy, but it's a little detail. It's not that big a deal. We've got another little access point onto the wall. It's similar to what I showed you before, so this would be the staircase going up, and yeah, you can have a look outside. If we continue up the staircase, we just basically get up to the wall where we can access it. Now I put the cannons on the wall because I thought it looks cool. It's more for decoration purposes rather than anything functional. So I'll show you it from this end. As you can see, the towers on the inside, so the inner part of the towers are somewhat different to the outer part of the towers. They are meant to be functional, those towers, and so therefore accessible via staircases and stuff, but the inside of the towers aren't really completely finished. Now let me show you the castle itself. So this is the top level. So the top level is a place I spend a lot of time around. Basically, I will be flying here. I will be accessing various things, including crafting stations. So this over here is meant to be a bit of a hangar for giant creatures. So obviously when we get wyverns, I'll be storing wyverns here. We've got the quetzals that I tamed in a how to tame video. Of course, we've got another sort of wall that we can access on the top. Over here we've got, as you can see, staircases into the towers, and through the towers I can go back to the lower portion of the base where I have basically my breeding facility. We've got these little things out here that I've put out so I can actually kind of squeeze through and have a look out. They're more for decoration rather than practicality, to be fairly honest. But we can access the wall, as you can see. These are functional towers, and we can look out into the courtyard, so to speak. There's a little ballista there that I found in a drop, so I placed that here. I want to get a few more of these. I think they look pretty cool. So might as well place a few more just for decoration purposes, really. I'm not really going to be using these. This is the greenhouse right here, but I'll show you that later on. So you can see that with the wall we can go all the way around. We can go underneath it, and we've got a few I suppose viewpoints that we can look out. So I mean, I am having to crouch because of the vertical pillars that I've put down to create the battlements, so to speak. So this is one of the towers. This tower, if I go up, will take me all the way to the top, which will give me a good viewpoint. And if I take it down from where I entered, it will take me into the main breeding facility of my castle. This is what one of the towers looks like. All the castle towers, not the outer wall towers, so the castle towers have a similar structure. So I can access it over here. I can have a look through the battlement. I do like how placing the pillars made it look. I think it looks pretty decent. I do like that. Now, it is not yet finished. I still have a couple of things I'd like to do. I thought and played around with the idea, or I'm playing around with the idea that I could put like a glass dome. So over here, this is a little structure. I'll show you that later. But this right here in the center, this is the generator that powers my entire base. So I'm using a mod that places down outlets basically and extends the range of the generator. All generators that you will see are interconnected through the outlet. So if that goes down, I can power up another generator, and I can then basically power the whole base from that generator. So this is the greenhouse right here. I wanted to go for a nice dome-like shape. I just thought it looks pretty cool. And it is split into two. So over here, as you can see, we've got the greenhouse walls and stuff. They look a bit derpy, but we got some metal pillars placed down here. I didn't want to put a door at the entrance, so I did this thing right here, which looked like a door. I just thought it looks kind of cool and makes the entrance a bit obvious, I'd say. But this is what it looks like. I like the roof pieces. I just don't like the wall pieces for the greenhouse. But yeah, this is what this first section of the greenhouse looks like. This is basically the compost bins. And we got some storage spaces for fertilizer. This is the greenhouse itself. So yeah, I mean, I have all the stuff that I could possibly need in the greenhouse. I don't need more than this. I mean, I could have built something bigger if I needed to, if I wanted to, but really I don't find any purpose for it. Now, this next bit I'm going to show you is the main structure that I now spend my time in when I'm crafting stuff and prepping stuff for videos. So on one side we have vaults. It'll be armor, blueprints, and all sorts of good stuff there. There's that section right there, which is empty. Then I have the refrigerators, and on this section I have basically more vaults. That is a generator. Like I said, all generators are interconnected via the outlet mods, so I can power the whole base from any generator that I choose to. You can see that was the power outlet next to that pillar. Over here at the top, actually I'm going to show you this then right here. That is the kibble crafting station. We've got a tech replicator. I'm going to have to place down some more trophies and stuff to make it look aesthetic. Well, we've got the next level right here. This is a bit of an empty space, so I'll need to fill it up with something. I've got a beer barrel that's just sat there for decoration purposes. more than anything. We've got like a little balcony right here, so I can access the balcony. Again, decorative things. Now the metal structures, or the glass, or the greenhouse structures, and the wood panels for the base don't mix, so I've had to basically use the pillars to get rid of some of the gaps. But that is what the ceiling looks like. So that is the roof of this building. Very spacious. I do like that, and I can fly an Argent in here and load it up with stuff, or unload stuff off of it. Over here I've got the artifacts that I've collected. Got some cryo fridges, got a little fireplace, and some storage, mostly for decoration purposes, although I do have a couple of things in there. These will be my dinos in the cryopods. We've got a little alpha trophy right there, and as you can see, we got these just because they look cool. There's like a little table here that I tried to do. I used the mortar and pestles to make it look like plates. The benches, as you can see, are functional. Yeah, they can be a bit derpy. Let me do that. There we go. So I can sit at the table if I choose to do so. I just thought it was kind of cool to do something like that. And over here I've got a bed, some storage space, mostly kind of empty. I do like that map though, by the way. That is full of detail and I love it. I think it's amazing. So over here, as you can see, we've got the tech replicator. Pretty cool. It does fit in here, so I'm happy with that. Now that's pretty much it for this right here. There is still plenty of space for further decorations and improvements and stuff like that. It is still a work in progress. Okay, so that is the section right here that I wanted to show you. So this is what it looks like. I did use a lot of the railings to decorate the roof. It does look pretty cool. Now another thing I want to show you is we've got that right there, which is again a practical tower, accessible tower. I'll show you a bit of detail with that later on. But we got this wall that goes all this way around, and I can actually see stuff from the battlements, and I love that. That is pretty cool. Now there is another bit that I want to show you. Again, a couple of things that I still need to cover up and work around. I've got this right here. So from here, I need to place down a pillar, so you can see what the quarter wall looks like without the pillar. And I think with the pillar it looks a lot better. So yeah, I can see stuff out of this particular little, I don't even know what you would call it, but this would basically, this was where I started. This is the start of the structure. You can see that I've used pretty much everything to the best of my ability, and this is like a little storage room. We got an industrial grill, a forge, some refrigerators, water, a preserving bin, and so that is it for this level here. That's pretty much it. Initially, this was my first base. We've got some air cons just to cover up the holes. And if I go up to the next level, yeah, there's a bit of a window there. Initially, I didn't think I'd have a staircase there, basically. We got some more storage boxes. You can look out the window. It looks pretty neat. There we go. I do have some balconies, so this is what it looks like. I'll show you the balconies, and yeah, I can look out this way, which is kind of cool. This was going to be my base initially, where I was going to live, but I reconsidered and moved into the wooden hut, so to speak. But I do like the fact that I have the windows here that I can actually look out of. There's nothing in these boxes. They're just mostly for decoration purposes. And this is the balcony right here. So you can actually, I mean, my idea was you can come out in the morning, have a look around, just enjoy the sunsets and sunrises in the game. There is another level that is further up, and you'll see that this is mostly empty. This is a fireplace. I placed it here because the top of the fireplace comes out through the roof, and if you were to light it, I was hoping that smoke would come out and it look a bit more lifelike, but that's what it is. So we got two balconies, one on each side here. As you can see, we are very next to the top, or very close to the top right there. Alright, and let me go to the top level. And yeah, this is pretty much it. Nothing special up here. Again, you can see the outlets that I've used, and how I've placed them down. I did try and keep a bit of pattern in terms of how I place the outlets. I do like them to go within a specific pattern. I don't like them just randomly placed, if that makes sense. Right, let's go down here. I was going to show you this right here. Like, this is one of the little like statues that I've done. Yes, I know. It's not one of the... I mean, yeah, it's symbolic. Let's put it this way. But I think this is its best face. Right here, we've got the forges, by the way. The industrial forges. I do need to close this up, so I'm going to use, I think, 3 dinosaur gateways to lock them off and hide them. So I do want them to be hidden, which is why I placed them the way I did. So over here, we go into what was my first dino storage. It was this right here. These were my first tames. I did some videos on them, mostly how to tame. Now over here, as you can see, we've gone from stone to metal. I want metal on the inside, but stone on the outside to keep the castle structure. And this is the tower. So basically, this is still a work in progress. That is the level above us. Now initially, this is an expansion. This was just like a square box sort of thing when it first came out. There are a couple of things that I need to improve, but other than that, they're just like little details, and I will be making many improvements to the base as I continue with my series. This is the main hub of my base. This is where I spend most of my time breeding dinosaurs. As you can see, I've got 2 Rhinognathias that have just popped out recently. This is where I bred my battle rexes. I've got my dung beetles here. These are my main producers. I'm playing around with some of the Acatinas, but I'm not really impressed with what they do. Okay, so yeah, we got this. It's meant to be like a little cage here, but they seem to they're not effective for cement paste, to be fairly honest. They're cool, but I'll just probably cryo these guys up and just kind of get rid of them. This is a massive storage area for mutations. When I say mutations, I like to keep track of all of the stat mutations that I get when I'm working on stat mutations. But we also have color mutations, and mostly at the moment just Rexes, but there will be more added to that. So these are the Brontos that I've got. Got a Uteranus. There's a video coming out for this. And some Ovis that I tamed in a guide. Got the Giga, which was, well, I tamed it quite early. And so we've got this section right here. It was a bit derpy to try and get us to work. But again, we've got right here a window. But yeah, these platforms right here were a bit derpy. It took a while to figure out how to kind of get things to work because they are on different levels. And so yeah, I tried to make it look practical, try to make it look real, believable, bearing in mind that a quarter of my base is built within a cliff. I think I did alright. So yeah, this tower basically, if I were to go all the way up, just takes me to the previous level. But I'm just going to show you around. So we got some Rhinognathias. I'm going to start storing some of these guys in cryopods. I'm currently keeping them out because I want to see the differences in stats. This is my Super Rex army. I've defeated all of the alpha bosses here on the island, with the exception of the Overseer. Actually, there's a gap here because from the fights I did, and you'll see guys in a future video, I did lose a Rex, but it wasn't that bad. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be my main Rex, my main Rhinognathia, some breeders over here. These are babies that I'm currently working on. And that is pretty much it. Now, obviously, with this being a massive breeding facility, I mean, even now, I still struggle for space, I feel. But it is big because of what I'm doing here and the type of stuff that I'm storing. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I like the space that I've got. It took a lot of work. Now, what you're seeing here was built over many weeks. So that is important to note. A lot of hard work. I built most of this base whilst I was breeding the Rexes. It took a lot of time to get to the stats that I wanted. So my Rex army has 20 mutations in damage and 20 in HP. So they're fully bred, fully mutated. Obviously, I then played around with the color mutations to get what I wanted. But whilst I was doing that, I was constantly expanding my base. And so I kind of knew what I was going for in the back of my mind. But this is it for now. Now, I want to show you a couple of other things before I do end this episode, this video. I don't even know what to class it as, to be fairly honest. You can see the honey there. That is what I've got from... I mean, everything... that I've tamed in my How to Tame series is stored somewhere, even if it's in a cryopod. Down here we've got the Rhino trap stroke impregnation chamber. Notice that unlike previous episodes, I only have one Rhino Nathia. Well, the other one had a wee bit of an accident. I forgot to put my Rex on passive when it got hit by the weakened Rhino Nathia. The Rex chomped on it and killed it. But I have details on how to build that in a video on the channel. Now the other thing I wanted to show you is this right here, which is also part of my base, although not directly attached to it. But this is the water facility. This is still very much a work in progress, even more so than the base. As you can see, the battlements aren't yet complete. I do have two Tusos in here, and then we have like a little chamber there. I do want to place down some towers and some decorative stuff, but let me show you what it looks like on the inside. So as you can see, this pool of water, this body of water is fairly deep. I can store loads of water creatures, although generally speaking I don't like stuff to be too cluttered, so that won't be the case. I am going to be breeding the Tusos, both for mutations but also to get some better Tusos to use in the water. But we have access points into the water, into the pool, with creatures from both sides of the platform that I was just on. And you saw that I've got some turrets. That is to keep the Ichthyornises away, because they are annoying. Now this is an enclosed storage area. You can see what it looks like when you place down the greenhouse structures next to either stone or wooden structures. So obviously, you know, I don't like the way it looks. Normally I'm going to be using either stone pillars or metal pillars to cover this up. I'll decide what looks better. Now this is a door that just takes out to the beach. It gives me an access point to the beach, and this is what it looks like from the outside. At the moment it's a bit plain, but later on I will be changing some stuff around. We've got like a little dome, or I suppose like a little hangar type ceiling, and a little bit of a body of water. I thought about connecting this to the main pool where I keep the Tusos, which is possible and doable, and bringing the babies in here whilst they level up, whilst they grow. That's the word, whilst they grow. So basically if I breed the Tusos there, I can create like a little tunnel system and take them inside the hangar until they grow to a certain point. That was a thought that has crossed my mind. I might play around with that thought, but that is pretty much it for now. As I said, a lot of the stuff is not yet complete, and yeah, with time I will continue working on the base. I will make it better with more details and hopefully bigger. So that is it. I mean, let me know what you guys think. Do you like the way it looks? Any suggestions? I'm definitely up to suggestions. Would you guys like me to show you how to build towers and stuff in this game? It's so easy to do. There's so much diversity now with the building pieces in the game. I am really loving it. The only thing I would like to see at some point in the future would be a bigger diversity in the design of the pieces that we can use. So I don't know, I'd like different types of materials, if that makes sense. Like for example, more castle-esque walls, like the Castles, Keeps and Forts mod had in the previous version of this game. So I'd like to see more different colors, materials and stuff like that to work with. But that is pretty much it for now, folks. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please don't forget to hit that like button, share, comment and subscribe. And of course, as always, until next time, stay safe, folks.